Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Today I'm joining in with the 30 days of sketches from Christy's Beautiful Life. Today I'm doing my own sketch that I designed. You can find more details on the Facebook group called 30 Days Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm on Instagram with my handle of @ChidKidsCraftyCreations. I'm Elaine, and nice of you to join me. This is the sketch that I've designed. You can see it's got a little border all the way around and 2 strips and a further wide strip this side, 2 tags and 2 circles and some embellishment clusters. I've simplified the sketch. Obviously you can add as much or as little as you like. So without further ado, let's get going. First of all, I've got a sheet of white card, which I would very much like to not be quite as blank as it is. So I'm going to use a colour called Fossilized Amber, because the papers that I've chosen actually come from a crafty range. Although, funnily enough, I've cut off all the crafty aspects. It's on that side, all the crafty bits, and I wanted to use the paint palette, but actually I prefer it that way round, because my pictures are of at Chartwell with my granddaughter in Chartwell's studio, painting studio, art studio. So I thought that I would be all clever and use a painting-y themed paper, but in the end I cut it all off. So I've got a mixture of all sorts here. I've got a bit of Simple Stories I Am, the remnants of this one, which is an Echo Park collection, I forget the name now, and this is also part of that same collection. But primarily I'm using the mustardy colour, the pink and the green. I haven't included the browns and the blue very much in my choices. But first of all, I want to do a little bit of mixed media on the background using the Fossilized Amber, as I explained. What I'll do is use, where do I put that? There. I've cluttered up my desk as usual. I've squished that onto my desk because it's a glass worktop. I need a little bit of water, which you can't see in a minute. There it is. Need a little bit of water, which I just spray, and then I've got a mini brayer here, which I just roll it in, and I'm just putting a little bit on the base where those lines are going to sort of finish, so to speak. So just a little bit on the background there, and just poking out a bit this side where the photo is going to go. I just need a little bit more. Oh dear. Oh well, that'll be covered up anyway. Accidents happen, don't they? Right, where's that spray mister bottle again? Where did I put it? Do you do that? I do it all the time. Put something down and, oh well, can't find it, so I'll just use it a little bit more concentrated. I don't want to keep you waiting. And just roll it on, and then I've got just a bit of kitchen roll here, which I shall wipe off so I don't put my elbow in it. Anyway, right, that's that. Because it was all diluted, it's going to dry very quickly. So next I'm going to take the pink strip that I've chosen, and I'm going to just lay this one flat. I don't need to distress this one because I'm going to distress this one, but the edge of this won't be shown anyway, so I'm just going to put it down. As you will have seen on my sketch, there is a small border, so I've cut these at sort of 11.5 inches, and I'm just leaving it so that there's a little frame all the way around. This one I am going to distress because you'll see the edge. Just using my Tim Holtz distress tool here. I did notice on Jackie Scraps that she's got another type of distressing tool that looks much easier. So I'm going to have to explore what that is. That's Jackie Ashton on she's on the Hey Little Magpie design team. So that's it in a nutshell. I'm using my Easy Runner brand. I didn't get on with the, what are they called, those other big tapes, big tape runner things. I didn't get on with. As you can see, I've covered up a good bit of that because I just happened to have a strip that wide and I thought I might as well use it. So I've covered that up. Actually, I've gone too far over. I'm sure you make mistakes like this as well. I've gone just too far because now I've got an edge on that Distress ink, which I don't particularly want. It was Distress Oxide, actually, not Distress ink. And fossilised amber, I think I said. But anyway. Right, so that's that side. Then this side, I want to distress the edge again. It drops this evening. It's very warm here in the UK tonight. Very warm. And I've had to wait until the evening to come up into my craft room because it just is too hot during the day. It's my window's south facing, so a bit too hot for my liking. Right. And then again, just popping that down. And again, just leaving a little edge, a little frame all the way around, leaving that white cardstock peeking out at the side there. That's that. So a lot of this will be covered up anyway, but I just wanted it to be not quite so plain, so that's why I did that. Then I'm going to use my 2 photographs. I've matted it on a piece of the Simple Stories I Am paper in the same dotty pink as this one. Although my granddaughter's wearing bright red, I couldn't find anything that I really wanted to work with that was bright red. So I decided to go for this crafty paper, and as I say, I didn't actually use any of the craft side after all. I'm going to use double-sided foam tape for the photographs. I like to mount my photographs up a little bit so you can tuck things in and put things on top and overlap them, but I just like to have my photograph raised up just for a bit of added dimension. So just peeling the back of these off. So here we go. I'm going to pop this in the middle of the photograph, so I've got room for my title just in here. As you can see, I've put the title just on the top there, but you know, you don't have to. It's only a guide. You don't have to do what I've done exactly. I've already gone ahead and cut what I wanted. I didn't think you'd be that interested in seeing me cut some tags and things, and rather than have 2 circles as I've done here, I decided to have 3. And again, I'm just going to distress the edges. I thought I'd leave that to, otherwise it'll be a very short video just watching me stick things down. So I thought, well, I can just quickly distress the edges of these circles. And again, I've stuck with the mustardy colour from the background paper, which is from Echo Park. Then a couple of little tags here, which is the crafty paper again. That crafty paper with the crafting elements I haven't used. I have picked out a couple of crafty embellishments because painty sort of embellishments, because it sort of made sense. But primarily it is about my granddaughter, who was looking with great intent because she does like to paint like me. I paint too. So she does like to paint, and she particularly likes coming out in my studio with me and doing that. I'll very quickly just go around and distress these 2 remaining circles. They're nearly done. They are, as I say, from Simple Stories I Am. Just thought the colours really went nicely together, so quickly found some alternatives. So once I decided I wasn't going to use the reverse side of the craft theme paper, had to then go digging deep for other things. Right, so I'm now going to stick my tags down on here like so. I'm going to leave that in line with that strip of paper there, and then I'll put this one a little bit further in. I'm going to leave them so that they're a bit loose at the end. So that one's going to go there. And this one is going to go here because, as I say, I want them to be loose at the end because I want to yet tie the, I've got some nice baker's twine, which has got pink and green in it. So it's got the green and the pink. And I thought that would go nicely for the baker's twine. So I've got those. Now I'm going to arrange these 3 circles. I think I'll, because that says so happy, which she really was enjoying Chartwell, Winston Churchill's former family home. And we had a great time actually. It was well worth going. We did that in the holidays. So that's my cluster arrangement there. So now I've just got to stick those down. So first things first, I'll stick the butterflies down. Then I shall stick the butterfly goes first. Then I shall pop that so happy under there, like so. And then the other butterfly just slightly off centre so that it's not exactly in line. So there's that. Not sure I'm particularly happy with this bit here. I don't know what I'll do about that. No. I had picked this title out, Let's Sit and Stay a While, but actually I'm not sure I particularly like it. I think it's a bit big. Then the other alternative that I've got is I've got this Simple Stories, The Little Things sticker book, and I did find Be Happy, Love This, and I think I'm going to use Love This because, as I say, she was really enjoying it, and we had quite a little visit to the studio there, and we talked quite a lot about painting and Winston Churchill, because it never hurts to go over things. She did know who he was. She had heard of him. She's 10, so she did know about Winston Churchill, so I was quite encouraged by that. So that says Love This. That's the title. I don't know if I'm going to use this Let's Sit and Stay a While, but I have to say I do want to try and cover up this, which I think I've gone a little bit mad on. I wanted it to be a little bit lighter than that. I think I'll embellish it all first with I did some fussy cutting earlier of some of the paper, and I cut a couple of the little painty things from the Echo Park paper. So I've already fussy cut these. I thought you didn't want to sit and watch me fussy cut those. So I could stretch this out a little bit over this side and have the paint tube there. Still doesn't really cover it up much though, does it? I think I might actually put that there. Let's Sit and Stay a While. Wasn't planning on it, especially as there's nothing on my sketch, but I think because I've gone a bit mad with that. Right, and I'm just putting the foam tape on one side because I want it to, no, I'll have to stick it on both sides. It's going to have to stand a bit proud. Right, that will cover up that mistake that I made, won't it? See, we all make mistakes, but hopefully you'll learn from mine and don't do quite what I did. Not that I'm expecting anyone to scrap lift this, but yeah, I think I'm going to put it down here, and then I will use my what's it called? What's it called? Nouveau adhesive. My Nouveau adhesive, and put that tube of acrylic paint down there. And then similarly on here with the paint palette, I'll tuck that underneath there. And then I've got a little rose that I have cut there from the paper. So I don't really want to cover up Winston's paintings too much, but that has made a nice cluster in that bottom corner. Now I've got some more little fussy cut elements here from the same paper. And I'm going to make an arrangement up in the top there. Just got it on the front there. So love this. It can go next to that. And I've got a pale pink one that can go, that's upside down. I'm sure no one would notice, but I would. And then I'm going to stick this paintbrush just poking out the top because it's appropriate for the paintings, for the photographs rather. So you can see there that there's a paintbrush poking out. Now I'm going to add the thread to my tags. I don't know, quite often people tie bows and things in it, but I'm pretty rubbish at tying bows, so I tend to just go for the simple version and loop it through. And that is your lot. Loop that through there, and I shall loop the other one through there and then tie them so they're a similar length. Tie them, cut them so they're a similar length. And then I will stick down the ends of the twine as well, so that they don't move about on the page. Sorry, I lost my concentration for a moment. So they're not dissimilar length, but I'm just going to trim off a little bit. I think that top one was just a bit long. I will use my Nuvo adhesive, deluxe adhesive, to stick those down. It dries clear, which is what I like. So that's there, and that's there. And then these I will stick there and there. That one can go down there, and that one can go down there. They're both in place now, and once they're dried, that's where they'll sit and stay, hopefully. And finally, I wanted to add a few little sparkly sequins. Couldn't think what they were called for a minute. I hadn't planned on putting that there, but I am actually quite pleased with those. So, right, I'm now getting my pickup pencil. Shouldn't have tipped those on there. I should have put them. Oops, now I've pulled those off. Right. I am going a bit nuts with the sequins. I do like a sequin or 5 or 100. So let's put these little chaps on here and give it some nice sparkly bits. I've got a little pickup pencil here. If you haven't got one, invest in one. They're marvellous. I'm sure you've got one. Everyone has one of these, I'm sure. But they're very handy. This little pot of sequins that I've got here, I think I've had them about 5 years and they're still going strong. They just go on and on and on. And as you can see, I haven't really carefully placed them. I've just added them to the layout to give extra little bit of zhuzh, for want of a better description. I like the word zhuzh. I think that's about me done. Once I've just put a few more on, I've got to put a few more on. So I've gone a bit mad, and I want some around this side as well. So I definitely need a few more. So let's put those on. Oops, 1, 2, 3. Oh, lots of them. I'm not going to count them, it's a bit boring. Right, so these are sort of clear coloured sequins, but some of them have got a slightly greeny tinge. Oh, there's a star one. Some of them have got a greeny tinge, and some of them have got a bluey tinge, and some of them have got a pinky tinge. So, but they are more or less sort of clear, really. Let's put one over there, another flat one, and I think that's all of the places that I've put. Oh no, there's some up the top there. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And this one's not stuck down, so I'll move that one, and that is my completed layout. I'm afraid I'm not very clever with editing, so you'll have to just see what this looks like and pause it so that you can actually see the still, because I'm not sure I've got the capability to actually do a still as well. I watch all these videos and I think, how do they do that? And I haven't got a clue. Just noticed there's more glue up the top there that I didn't stick anything on, so I shall rectify that. There you go. As you can see, quite a lot of little sparkles on here, but oh, and there's even more around here as well. See, I do like a sparkle, as I say. So put these on, and 1 minute I will be finished. I keep thinking I'm finished and then I find another one. That's it. That's me done. That's my sketch. I wanted to do it for my day, so I hope you've taken some interest in what I've done with my sketch there, and thank you very much for watching. Speak again soon. Bye bye.